Welcome back to Network Africa. The World Health Organization has approved the world's first ever vaccine against Ebola. The drug, called Ervebo and manufactured by Merck Pharmaceuticals, is being used in an experimental phase in the Democratic Republic of Congo. But now the WHO says there is sufficient evidence showing that the vaccine works. This means that the world now has the first ever drug to prevent Ebola. A WHO pre-qualification is granted only after a drug passes important safety and efficacy tests. But this vaccine has already been in use since last year to contain 2 outbreaks in the DRC. The government invoked compassionate protocols to allow its use while research was still underway. The evidence collected during the time has convinced regulators that it was safe and effective against Ebola. The vaccine will be available in the market from around mid-next year. A steady stream of returnees have been making their way home to South Sudan following the signing of the revitalized peace agreement in September 2018, which has resulted in calm in the country. President Salva Kiir and opposition leader Riek Machar were expected to form a unified transitional government by November 12th, in line with the peace deal aimed at ending 6 years of conflict. However, the leaders and stakeholders have agreed to extend the pre-transitional period by 100 days to allow critical tasks to be completed.
Across the border point of the Democratic Republic of Congo and South Sudan lies Ezo town. At least 7 returnees cross into South Sudan weekly from the DRC into Ezo. As they cross, they are screened by health inspectors for Ebola. So far, over 1,000 households of returning refugees have been recorded and registered.
Sometimes a day I can get 3 people returning from Congo. To make 2 to 3 days, others 2. So just like that. Sometimes 1 in a week. Sometimes you can get like 7 or 5 people returning from Congo.
Officials registering the spontaneous return of refugees in the area said the returnees are expected to face challenges due to the lack of basic services.
They have not yet gone to their own various places, as they still stay here with their people around. And they still face problem also with food, shelter, and other things that can sustain a human being.
For the resilient returnees, there is already a lack of schools in the area, but close to 70 school-going children who have returned from DRC have begun learning on the trees. To get to them, the teacher has to cycle 3 hours to ensure the lessons go on. He does this with no pay.
This is our kids. To leave them idle like this for money only, that is not good. That is why we try to continue with them, teaching them.
Despite all the challenges, these returnees say home is where they want to be because of the prevailing peace.
We think that it is our country, but to go and remain there in Congo, so it is difficult for us because the situation there in Congo is a bit tough. That is why it makes us to come and open our school to teach our children.
An assessment mission from the United Nations mission in South Sudan visiting Ezo witnessed the challenges returning communities are faced with.
The school should also be a pull. It already has 68 students, but the total count, I think, should go well above that. And this would be a very, important thing to do, because education is one of the key drivers for development. It's also a key driver for peace. The more knowledge people have, the more they are likely to engage in peaceful and constructive activities. So this is one of the things that we're looking at.
It is hoped that South Sudan's prevailing peace would hold and that various organizations will chip in to ensure basic needs are met by these returning communities.
Seaweed farmers in Tanzania's Zanzibar say erratic weather and climate change are taking toll on the industry, which is the second highest income source next to tourism. Right now, the Western Indian Ocean is warmer than usual, and researchers say increased ocean evaporation blows over the Horn of Africa and falls as rain. And that has been Network Africa. Don't forget our headlines today have been Amnesty International saying at least 70 people have been killed at protests in Guinea and in the last 4 years. Presidents of the G5 Sahel region seeking solidarity from the international community. The forces tasked with maintaining security in the volatile region. Plus, Uganda condemns Rwanda after 2 suspected Ugandan smugglers were shot dead by police officers near their common border. Thanks for watching. I am AMARACHI UBANI.